There are three forces that will either be with you or against you in your journey through life. These forces are energy, time, and focus. If these three forces are with you, then you'll win. But if any one of these is against you, then you'll lose. Today we're going to talk about how to fuel your fire. So let's jump into it. The first force that will either be with you or against you in your journey through life is energy. We can look at energy from two different perspectives. One is physical energy, and the other is mental energy. Let's start off by talking about physical energy. You need physical energy to get things done. You need physical energy to stay awake, to stay focused, and to perform at your best. We all have experienced this before, where we have uneaten or drank enough, and we start to feel sluggish and tired. This lack of physical energy makes it hard to stay focused, and it can really slow us down when we trying to get things done. There's a direct correlation between our physical energy levels and how well we perform. When we don't have enough physical energy, our performance drops. So how do we keep our physical energy levels high? Well, it starts with what we put into our bodies. We need to eat healthy foods that give us the nutrients we need to stay energized. This means cutting out the junk food and processed sugars and focusing on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. In addition to eating healthy foods, we also need to stay hydrated. When we're dehydrated, it can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and decreased performance. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Now, in addition to eating healthy and staying hydrated, we also need to make sure we're getting enough sleep. When we don't get enough sleep, it can lead to a bunch of problems, including decreased physical energy. Everyone needs a different amount of sleep, but most people need at least 7 to 8 hours per night. Another way to increase our physical energy is by exercising regularly. Exercise has been shown to increase energy levels, improve sleep quality, and reduce stress. So find an exercise that you enjoy and make it a part of your routine. The final way to increase our physical energy is by taking breaks and managing our stress levels. When we're constantly stressed out, it can take a toll on our energy levels. So make sure you're taking some time each day to relax and distress. This could involve taking a walk in nature, practicing yoga, or simply spending some time with loved ones. By following these tips, you can ensure that your physical energy levels are always high, so that you can perform at your best both mentally and physically. Let's talk about mental energy. Mental energy is just as important as physical energy, because without it, you can't think clearly, make decisions, or focus on tasks. Having low mental energy can lead to brain fog, poor concentration, and decreased productivity. Fortunately, there are a few simple things you can do to boost your mental energy levels. First, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep is essential for restoring and rejuvenating our mental energy. Most people need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night to function at their best. Next, pay attention to the foods you eat. Eating healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein can provide the nutrients your brain needs to stay energized. Avoid processed foods, sugary drinks, and excessive caffeine, which can actually deplete your mental energy. Another way to boost your mental energy is by staying hydrated. Drinking water can help improve focus and cognitive performance. So make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. You can also use tools such as apps or alarms to help you stay hydrated. It's also important to take breaks and manage your stress levels. Chronic stress can deplete mental energy, so it's important to find healthy ways to manage stress, such as exercise, yoga, meditation, or spending time in nature. You can also try engaging in activities that you enjoy and that make you feel good to boost your mental energy. This could be listening to music, dancing, painting, writing, or anything else that you're passionate about. Remember that everyone has different energy levels, and what works for one person may not work for another. Experiment with different strategies and find what works best for you. If you find yourself struggling to maintain your energy levels despite trying these tips, it's important to seek professional help. A healthcare provider can help you identify any underlying medical conditions that may be contributing to your fatigue and can recommend treatment options to help you get back on track. By taking steps to boost your physical and mental energy, you'll be better equipped to tackle challenges, achieve your goals, and live a more fulfilling life. Now let us move on to the second force that will either be with you or against you in your journey through life, which is time. Time is a limited resource, and it's something we all have in common. We all have 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and 365 days in a year. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, famous or unknown, we all have the same amount of time. But how we choose to use our time is entirely up to us. We can choose to waste our time on things that don't matter, or we can choose to invest our time in things that will make a difference. When it comes to using time wisely, it's important to remember that time is not just ticking away, it's flying away. Time will pass whether we like it or not, whether we're using it productively or not. That's why it's so important to make the most of every moment. We should consider how we're spending our time and whether it's truly valuable. Are we spending too much time on social media? Are we wasting time on unproductive tasks? Or are we investing our time in things that will help us grow and achieve our goals? One way to make the most of our time is by setting clear goals and priorities. When we know what we want to achieve, it's easier to focus our time and energy on the tasks that will help us get there. Another way to make the most of our time is by learning to say no. We can't say yes to everything, and spreading ourselves too thin can lead to decreased productivity and burnout. It's important to carefully consider our commitments and make sure they align with our priorities. Finally, it's important to remember that time is a gift. Every moment is an opportunity to learn, grow, and make a difference. Rather than thinking of time as a ticking clock, let's embrace the present moment and make the most of it. The third force that will either be with you or against you in your journey through life is focus. Focus is an often overlooked but extremely powerful force. When you have focus, you're able to concentrate your thoughts and attention on a specific task or goal. This allows you to channel your energy and resources efficiently, increasing the likelihood of success. On the other hand, when you lack focus, your thoughts and attention are scattered, making it difficult to complete tasks or achieve your goals. You may find yourself easily distracted by external stimuli or internal thoughts, leading to decreased productivity and a sense of overwhelm. Cultivating focus requires conscious effort and practice. It involves training your mind to stay on task and resist distractions. This can be achieved through various techniques such as mindfulness meditation, setting clear goals and priorities, breaking down tasks into smaller chunks, minimizing distractions, and taking breaks when needed. By developing your ability to focus, you can enhance your productivity, achieve your goals, and navigate the complexities of life more effectively. To recap, there are 3 forces that will either be with you or against you in your journey through life. These forces are energy, time, and focus. If these 3 forces are with you, then you'll win. But if any one of these is against you, then you'll lose. I encourage you to take a few moments to reflect on where you currently stand with these forces. Are your energy levels high? Are you using your time wisely? Is your focus strong? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then it's time to take action. Make changes in your habits, routines, and mindset to bring these forces back into alignment. Remember that life is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs along the way. But by keeping these 3 forces in mind, you can set yourself up for success and create the life you want to live. Thank you for watching, and until next time.